Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today I want to do a video for the 9th anniversary about the God Dragon Stones. So we have 3 God Dragon Stones, and I want to do a video kind of going over my thoughts on who you should pick with these stones. Everybody's going to get this red God Dragon Stone, so I'm going to do that first because most people watching the video probably just want to know who to pick with that. But then for people that bought the stone packs, I will go over the purple stone and I will go over the mega premium stone there, right? So let's start with the red God Dragon Stone. Now what I'm going to do with this, the way that the game is kind of changing in terms of like now that we know that super EZA is a thing, it kind of changes your thought process on how to do this. So before I even talk about the individual characters, I want to talk about just kind of like what your philosophy should be going into this, right? So you have to come into this with the mindset. And that mindset is, do I want a character that's good now? Or do I want a character that will be good later when they super EZA? Or do I need a character for like a specific team or something like that? That's kind of the way that you want to think about this. So what I'm going to do, and then the other mindset is if like you're a veteran that has a ton of stuff, you just grab whatever you don't have rainbowed if you have a ton of the cards in the game, right? So I'm going to go through these characters and I'm just going to kind of classify them for you as in either I wouldn't pick them, or they are good to pick now, or they are good to pick but they're not good now but they will be good later. And that's really the way that we have to classify these, right? So the first 2 packs I want to talk about is most of the cards in here are Dokkan Fest, but there are a few packs that are not Dokkan Fest. If you choose a Dokkan Fest, you will get the Dokkan Fest unit and 2 Elder Kais. If you choose a non-Dokkan Fest, if you click on it, there's actually a pack with multiple characters in it and 2 Elder Kais. So it's like 3 banner units and 2 Elder Kais, or you get a Dokkan Fest. So that's the first thing I want to tell you. And some players might look at this and not even realize like these packs have other characters in them, okay? The first thing I'm going to say is the non-Dokkan Fest packs, even though there are some decent characters in here, I would not pick any of these. The reason why is these are banner units that are going to be on every single banner you summon on like forever. And you guys, if you're taking advice of most YouTubers, you should be summoning a ton during the anniversary. So odds are you're going to pick some of these up anyways, okay? Like this Tech God Goku is actually still like a very solid unit, but the other 2 units aren't really that great right now. I mean, Jocko can dodge a lot or whatever, but I just wouldn't pick it because they're banner units. Same with this Golden Frieza pack. The Broly and Beerus, they're just completely dead units anyways. They've already EZA'd. We don't think they're getting super EZAs. The AGL Golden Frieza is okay because he can still survive. But if you're below 40% health, he's like guaranteed he's going to get you killed. He doesn't do any damage. He's kind of just like a dead slot on your team. Like a unit that can survive like the hardest hits in the game, but doesn't really do anything else for the team. So I don't really like either of those first 2 packs, okay? Now, for the Dokkan Fest, if we start at like Vegito Blue here, all the characters I'm going to scroll through, I'm just going to skip through all of these here and wait until I get to a stopping point. But pretty much every character I'm passing right now, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, every character through this Super Vegito here, all of these characters, these are all characters that are not good now, but they have not super EZA'd, and super EZAs have been very good. So any of these characters from Blue Vegito through Super Vegito, you would pick those if you want to just get them and have them for later to be good later on, but they will not be good now. I would say if you are like a newish player or maybe like moderate player that like you've been playing for a little bit, if you're missing any of these Dokkan Fest, it is a good idea to pick them up if you have like everything else that I'm going to talk about here. But like picking up any of these old Dokkan Fest you don't have is a good idea because they don't put them on banners very often anymore, and they will super easy and be really, really, really good. So that's kind of the thought process for all of those units. Then we get to Tech Gotenks. Tech Gotenks is actually a legitimately very good unit right now. So if you've been running like the Buu Saga team and stuff and you really like that, you like Int Gotenks, Tech Gotenks is a great pickup. He recently super EZA'd. He is a very, very good unit. Then as we go through, we're going to go Int Buu, and we're going to keep going until Goku Black. So Int Blue all the way through this STR cell. This is the same classification as that first group. They are all bad right now. But they will super EZA later, so if you want to get any of those for later on, you are certainly welcome to do that. When you're looking at the units for later on, if like there are many of them you need and you're not sure which one to get for later on, pick characters that you like or characters that you think will be on teams that you want to use. So like an example would be like this STR Omega Shenron. I think he's going to be a really crazy good super easy when he gets it. He's going to be a support unit. The problem is there's a gamble because GT bosses and like the Shenron teams have been not very good. So it just depends, like whenever they super easy A this guy, is his team going to be in a good spot? If it is and you're going to want to use it, he'd be a great pickup. But for like the average player, you're probably not going to be planning to run GT bosses. We know right now GT bosses is a pretty dang bad team. So he might not be the best idea to grab, even though he might be very good, right? Whereas, you know, the anniversary's got Broly, right? And maybe you want to run a Broly team. Well, in the future, hopefully sometime this year, maybe this physical Broly gets a Super Easy A, could be a really great slot onto that LR Broly's team, right? So that could be an example of why you would maybe want to get that. Then we get the Physical Goku Black. Physical Goku Black, I think, is insane. He's a really good Super Easy A that recently got his Easy A. If you are specifically running like the Goku Black setup, he is a buff specifically for super bosses. So he is a buff for Broly's team. So once again, if you want to run the new Broly, this could be a good unit for that team. Or specifically, if you like Physical Rose and you like the Zamasu units from Worldwide a little bit ago, like that's still a fairly good team. I've been using it actually on some of the new content. So Physical Goku Black can be a very, very good pickup right now. Then we have STR Gogeta and Super Saiyan 3 Broly. These two, once again, they're not good now, but will be good later on. I think STR Gogeta, like if you're just not sure which one to pick, I think STR Gogeta, like if you're looking at ones that are going to be good in the future, right, and you're just not sure who to pick, STR Gogeta or Physical Vegito Blue are probably going to be like the two of the most hype ones, right? Or like AGL Super Vegito. Like these units are going to be crazy. So like if you just want something that you think is going to be really hype when it's super easy, is yeah, like this guy here, he's going to be crazy too. You could just pick one of those really hype characters for one of those like ones that are going to be good in the future. This Vegeta, he's going to be insane too because he's actually kind of usable now. He has an 80% damage reduction unit. He is kind of time limited or time gated, so you can't use him in super long fights. So if you want this Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, he would be a mix of a unit that actually is usable now, but then will be good later when he gets his Super Easy A. He's not like the craziest thing though, like you don't have to get him. And then we have AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the first Super Easy A we ever got. He's still ridiculously good. He's going to be pumping out, 16, 17 million attack stats, critting a ton, dodging, doing a lot of good things. Especially if you did get into some of the Buu Saga stuff, if you have Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku and you like the Buu Saga, or if you're doing Super Saiyan 3 stuff with like Gotenks, he's a very good unit to pick up. So he would be very good to get now. So pretty much any of the units, the three I talked about, it would be Tech Gotenks, Physical Goku Black, and then AGL Goku. Those are the three like super easy A's that we have right now. They're all very good to pick up right now if you want to get them and have really good usable units, right? So then we have this Pycon. I don't know why they shafted these two, and I don't know what the deal is or if it means anything, but like I think this guy just got his Easy A, and he's just okay. He's not that great. But these are banner units, but for some reason they're treating them like Dokkan Fest. They're not bundling them with other banner units. You only get the two other Kais. These two are by far the worst packs to get. STR Pycon is 100% just a completely dead unit. No reason to use him. He's never been good. He's already Easy A'd. This Buu, like, he could be okay, but like, if you're running the Buu team, but there's no, if you have the proper Buu setup, like, there's still no room for this guy on the team anyways, and he's a banner unit. You can just get him anywhere. So, 100% should not pick up those two packs. And then this Elder Kai pack is pretty much for players like me, I have every unit that I just listed rainbowed. So I'm probably just going to pick these up. So yeah, this is what you pick up only if you have everything. If you don't have everything rainbowed, I think it is worth it to always grab units. I wouldn't grab the Kais unless you have everything rainbowed here. So to quick summarize for the Redstone, which I know most of you are watching for, the Pycon and Buu pack definitely do not get. So the bottom two and then the top two, the Goku and Frieza pack, I wouldn't get them. Even though the Goku and Frieza are solid, they're banner units. You're going to see them at some point. If you are considering getting these for whatever reason, then you need to wait until you're done with your anniversary summons before you get these, because I would hate for you to like pick this up now and then pull them, and then you could have used this stone on something else. So that's the one thing in general. You have to be careful, and this will like make a lot of sense for like the next two stones I'm going to talk about. you kind of need to wait till you're done summoning because there's so many banners where you could pull some of these units. You don't want to use your stone and then end up pulling them later, right? So yeah, basically the big time summary is those 4 I just talked about do not pick up. The 3 super EZAs that are current, those are really good if you want good units now. And then every other unit on the banner, they're going to be good later on, so you're kind of future-proofing. It just depends on what you have and what you need, okay? And if you want specific, like, recommendations, just hit me up in the comments or join my Discord and hit me up in there, and it's in the description of the video. Let's go to the purple stone. So if you buy out all the packs, you'll get 3 of these. So you could pick 3 characters. Now, once again, this is going to have a mix of Dokkan Fests, and it's going to have a mix of banner units. So what I would say is I would probably just avoid all of the banner units, because you just get the banner. Like, they're treating this banner unit equal to a Dokkan Fest. So I would always take the Dokkan Fest. This is going to be very similar, where a lot of these are actually not great now, but they will get a regular EZA down the road and then super EZA way down the road. But most of these haven't even EZA'd yet, right? So like Pan, the Realm of God, or Resurrection F Goku Vegeta. We have got the Cell Saga Goku Gohan Exchange Unit, which I like them. AGL Cell, Tech Androids, Tech Callan Cleefla, Int Broly, Physical Frieza, Angel Frieza. Actually, I'm going to look at Tech Hit. Yeah, so all those ones I just showed, they're all units that... Well, let's go before Tech Hit. So everything I listed before Tech Hit, those are all Dokkan Fest that aren't great now, but they will get a regular EZA probably soonish. So those are all units that you could just pick if you want now. Any unit I didn't mention in between, like the Kaba, the Trunks, the Zero 19, they're all units that are just banner units. I wouldn't grab them because you're going to get them at some point, just unfeatured on a banner. So any of those units, they're all like very mid to like low tier. Like, they're not great right now. The exception is I guess this Tech Androids is actually kind of usable, especially in short content. So like, out of the ones I've talked about, this is the most usable unit because they have a built-in Ghost Usher where they can kind of sneak by in slot 3. You can Ghost Usher a really nasty turn, and if it's a quick fight, you can actually get by without them getting touched. So because of the Ghost Usher, they're kind of usable now. This Broly, I mean, he does stack, like he can do some okay things, but he's just a little bit outdated. But if you just maybe need something to fill out like your LR Broly team and you want this guy on there, I mean, you could grab him, but he's not going to be great in like really, really hard content, right? Then we'll talk about some units that are good now. So actually, STR Kefla is really good right now. She's a very recent EZA. Beerus is a somewhat recent-ish EZA, and he's actually still solid. And we are getting the Sleepy Beerus LR for free. It's a free-to-play unit that actually works really well with this guy. So if you like the Beerus units, you can get him. I wouldn't highly recommend Beerus. I don't find myself running Beerus a lot, but he is actually like a decent unit. But Kefla is like crazy good. Kefla is Kefla for sure is the best unit like on this banner that you're going to use right now. So if you want like the best unit for like current gameplay, Kefla is going to be the one you want. And then these two are in an interesting spot. I feel like Physical Broly's EZA was a little underwhelming. He's like, you could maybe get by with him on the LR Broly team, but I feel like his EZA was a bit underwhelming, and it's going to be a really long time till his Super EZA, because I think his EZA was within the last year. AGL Gogeta I actually think is solid. I think after Kefla, well, I would say after Kefla, like then Beerus and Gogeta are kind of like in a similar range for like usability. I like Gogeta a little bit more just because he fits on better teams. He's going to fit. This Gogeta is going to be on like the superhero team. And if you're summoning for the new LR Gogeta, this can be a really nice piece you can slide in until you get something better for the team. But this guy's great because when he goes Gogeta, like he's a 50% dodge unit. But then when he goes Gogeta Blue, which is relatively quick, he has guaranteed crits and 70% chance to dodge, and he's hitting like 10 mil attack stats. Like, he's just a really nice, solid unit, and because he's guaranteed critting, he's always going to get some decent damage through. So this Gogeta would probably be my second overall pick on this stone, especially if you're planning to summon for LR Gogeta. It's a nice piece you can add to his team, right? Now, these two are going to share the same name right away, but both of them eventually transform, and once they transform, they're going to link up great. So that's kind of my picks for this banner. Otherwise, like I said, Any other Dokkan Fest you just want to get for like future proofing for when they do get their EZA. It's going to be just up to you, like on which characters you like and which teams you think you're going to play. But for sure, do not summon any of the banner units. So I'll go over those quick just to make sure you don't get those. So don't get Trunks and Giru. Do not get Jocko. Don't get Zero in 19. Do not get Inkaba. Don't get this Trunks. And I think that's it. So for sure, don't get those. It's not that those units are bad or that they will be bad when they EZA. It's just that like the odds of you getting them at some point randomly are actually solid. Like if you summon a lot, especially during the anniversary, like you're going to hit a lot of these units. So like you don't want to pick up the Dokkan Fest. It's like they're only on specific featured banners. So like you want to try to prioritize your stones on them. All right, let's go to the super premium one. So you're only going to get one of these, and these are LRs, right? So once again, we'll take that same approach. Like, what is good now? What will be good later? Let's look at just units that will be really good to get now. This Golden Frieza, I think, is a pretty good unit, like, right now. He is falling off of the meta a little bit because he's more geared towards shorter fights. So I would just avoid using him in longer fights. But in short fights, he's great because he's got a lot of damage reduction and it's very survivable. This guy is going to EZA during the celebration and be ridiculously good. And this guy will probably end up being like a core unit on, say, like a superhero team or a Reps of U7 team. And we're getting like, we just got STR UI Goku and then AGL UI Goku is going to EZA. So this guy like just goes so well with them. And then if you're running like a Gogeta superhero team, like this guy can go well on there. So this is going to be a fantastic unit to grab. The one thing you have to be careful about this unit is featured on one of the banners. I think it's Broly's banner. I could be wrong. Broly or Gogeta has them, but I think it's the Broly banner. I think this unit is on there. So you definitely don't want to grab this guy until you're done summoning on the banner they are featured on. Once you finish on that banner, if you still don't have them or feel like you want another dupe, then definitely grab them. They're going to be great. Jiren, well, so we'll talk units that are good now. So STR UI Goku, very good right now. So if you want to grab him, he just EZA'd. He is good. Broly, Chilai, and Lemo, they are going to EZA during the celebration, and they are they're probably like a core on the Super Bosses team. So if you are planning to get the new Broly unit, this is going to be like a core unit you're going to want on that team. So they are very good. So you definitely want to grab them. I would say that like this unit's very usable. They have started to age, but they've got dodge. And I would say this unit's also very usable, specifically on like an Androids team. But if you're not running Androids, I wouldn't grab them. But they're somewhat recent-ish EZAs, like within the last year. And they're both very good. But they're not like top tier right now. This Goku Black would fall into the same thing. He's solid. He's runnable. But he's definitely not like a top tier unit. But if you're specifically running like a Goku Black team, and you need someone to fill a slot, like he is good enough to run in a slot. So I'd say these three, the Int God Goku, the physical androids, and this Int Goku Black, they're kind of in that same range where like they are usable, but they're not going to be top tier and not best in like the top content. So I would maybe avoid them. These are units that will super EZA way down the road. Like we're talking years because their EZAs are kind of recent, right? Gohan and Cell, sadly, they've kind of aged out enough where I'm not like too crazy about them. I think Gohan is still very good in like long content where he can stack up, but I still find him kind of wonky to use. They did EZA the Int 16. That actually works really well with him. It's just a matter of like getting them on a team. But yeah, I would say they're kind of in that same level. They're like mid-level, like they're okay. These guys have honestly aged out. I don't think they're that good anymore. And this Broly's not very good anymore. So yeah, I would say if you're looking at units for like good that are good right now, I would say your best bet is Broly, Chilai, and Lemo, UI Goku, or the Blue Boys here. Evolution Blue Vegeta and then Blue Goku. Those are the three like best units right now. And I guess I would give honorable mention to this Frieza. He's very solid. Now, if you're talking future proofing, sure, this guy needs an EZA at some point. Jiren might be EZAing very soon. I actually don't know if the JP Celebration Tanabata information has come out yet. I haven't heard anything, but people are speculating quite heavily that like an LR Jiren is coming for them. And then very highly likely this guy's maybe EZAing like right now on JP. So could be very good. You might want to wait for that info to see if you want to grab him. Yeah, and then other than that, I think I've talked about everyone. Like this Broly. This Broly is a candidate to be the first, like one of the first, if not the first LRs to Super EZA. He is one of the oldest LRs in the game. So this Broly, I think, is actually a candidate to be a Super EZA somewhat soon, and could actually be insane. But once again, right now he's not very good. He is usable still in World Tournament, but he's not top tier like he used to be. So he's kind of a niche unit to grab right now, or you're taking a gamble that a Super Easy is going to be very good. So anyways, guys, hopefully this helps, just me like talking about the units and giving you an understanding of that. If you still have questions on what you should grab, once again, hit me up in the comments or my Discord. You can like tell me what your box is, what kind of teams you want to run. I can give you suggestions that way. So anyways, let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.